So guys, today I'm going to be going over how I made $335 in the NASDAQ markets, what I took, and my bias going to the day. So let's get something understood before we get into market or get into the recap. First thing we understand is that we are high time frame very bearish, right? So we are not really looking for longs unless we're told otherwise. Now if we look and we see that we're starting to produce bull structure, most likely we're going to get a strong close up here and we can maybe look for some longs. But my logic again was that we need a strong hourly or 4-hour close around up here to even consider longing towards these targets higher. We also know that on NQ this gap is inside, or this high is inside of a gap, making it more of a protected high. It's a very big gap, so we don't necessarily want to target that unless we're really forced to with a lot of volume, right? So going to the day, my logic was very simple. If we had a very strong close in the 15-minute and hourly around here, we're probably going to take these. If not, then we're probably going to go lower. So I scaled down to the 5-minute. I watched price come up. I was very excited. In my head, I was like, I think we're going to go higher. Like, we can take this trade. But I held off from it. And you know why I held off from it is because I've been burnt by trading too early into market open and taking a loss, which obviously, ruins your balance. It ruins, your win rate and your RR overall. So I waited. We didn't get any follow through on the 5-minute here. We just basically inverse this gap. And to me, that was enough confirmation to go lower. Why? Because if you look at the 15, the time that this would have closed, I mean, we wick very high. We don't even take that high. It becomes a protected high. And then we start to place displacing very hard to the downside. I mean, it's very logical that if this were to happen, at worst case scenario, we're going to just get, break even somewhere here after we see some displacement. And so, yeah, that's what I took. I took this inverse right here. Again, this isn't like the prettiest candle closure here, but you don't really need that when, again, you have that wick in the 15 minutes. You have enough intuition to tell you that we're probably going to go lower, and then you have a pretty good chance of just getting a break even at worst case, right? We have some stacked up LRLR from before. So I took the 5-minute, took it on ES by accident. I meant to take it on NQ, but stuff happens. It's not the end of the world. I took the trade down to more of an ambitious target, to be quite honest. I looking for these lows here to get tapped. Realistically, I should have probably risked a little bit heavier because I only risked around $400, and my target, was like 2 ROA. So I probably should have targeted this here, risking a little bit more. But I went for a bit more of an RR play, which is all right. It's not, the end of the world. Just something smaller that I may need to recognize moving forward. So I ended up trailing my stop to around this gap here. Once we got this close, I didn't want to get caught up in some sort of retrace, given that my draw was a little bit more of an extended draw. I need to be a little bit careful about holding through, a potential reversal. And so we're seeing it now. We're actually reversing to the upside. So that was my trade for the day. Very happy with what I did. And how I played the day, how I was patient. I waited for what I thought was enough confirmation, and I took a winning trade. And just on a side note here, I would bet a lot of money that this here, I'm not going to take it because I'm not trading anymore, but this here to this high will most likely play out right now just because we're reversing pretty hard. And on the hourly here, I mean, this looks beautiful. So anyways, that is it for me. That is my recap for today, February 17th, 2026.